See this camera? This one right here? I've been using this camera for about 1 year now, and you know what? Hold on. Put this on there. All right, here we go. See, this camera, it's the Sigma FP. Like I said, I've been using this camera consistently for about 1 year now. I've shot short films, camera tests, spec ads, you name it. And as you can see, I haven't burned it yet. So what I want to do today is talk about how I use this camera and what I think about it after shooting with it for 1 year. The Sigma FP is a versatile L-mount full-frame 4K camera that as of today costs about $2,200. Now that's good because that price allows you to save some of that hard-earned money and buy other things that you're going to need to make your film look and feel more cinematic. So before we talk about image quality and camera features that I use, let's talk about compatibility. Compatibility with other industry tools is so important. You don't want to have a camera that's an alien and can't be paired with anything else, or worse, can only be paired with products from the same manufacturer. So like Sigma to Sigma. Not the case with this camera. We talk about filmmaking and feeling cinematic, and camera movement is a big part of that. And being that this camera is small, you can use it with dollies and jibs and sliders and 3-axis gimbals. The one that I use is this. It's the Ronin SC. And I didn't just randomly pick this gimbal hoping that it would work with my camera. The Sigma FP is on Ronin's website as a camera that's compatible with this gimbal. And so you can get those professional, smooth looking gimbal shots at a fraction of the cost and an indie friendly price. But what else is this camera compatible with? When it comes to post-production, keyword I, use both DaVinci Resolve and Premiere Pro. It's a setup that I've been using for over 7 years now. The cinema DNG files from this camera feel right at home in DaVinci Resolve, and I round trip back and forth from Premiere Pro with ease. Like I said, I've been using this for a while. What I haven't been using for a while is Dehancer. It's the post-production tool that everyone's raving about on how to get your projects to look more film-like. And before you think this is an ad for Dehancer, it's not. They haven't sent me jack. I'm talking about Dehancer because it is another tool that this camera is compatible with. So you can get that film look that is so highly sought after with just a few clicks of the button because the plugin has a setting that is configured to the camera's color science. Whew, that was a mouthful. Okay. Here. Alright, so like I said, I've been using this camera for about a year now, and there are some features and tools that I think are really user-friendly and convenient. Okay. Alright, so one of the things that I like to do is... Come on, wake back up. There we go. So one of the things that I like to do is... when your lens is on there and you want to quickly get to some of your features, you can go to this QS button, which stands for Quick Set. You hit that. And some of your main options pop up immediately. This is like the tool that I use the most. Obviously the Sigma FP records 12-bit DNG, and if I toggle that, I can toggle to MOV, which is usually what I use for my YouTube videos because the file sizes are much smaller. Anytime I'm shooting a film or something that I want, to look really like cinematic, I'll shoot that in DNG. Frames per second, you can go to 23.98, 24, 25, 29, all that good stuff. All in 4K. Shutter angle, I don't really change my shutter angle unless I'm looking for some sort of a special effect. White balance, color options, which we're gonna talk about in a minute, and your ISO. All these menu options are accessible just by pushing that button. So I'm recording, menu, recording, menu. Real quick, I don't know if you can see, but the focus peaking I have turned on. If you wanna quickly turn that focus peaking off, you just press that left toggle button and it goes to zebras. Back to focus peaking, back to zebras, back to focus peaking. The button's down on the bottom. Down here on the left, here's where you can play back all of the videos that you've recorded. Obviously, I use that one a lot. You can bring up your grid if you want to, right there. Just putting information on the screen. Here's color. Obviously, I use that a lot as well. Anytime I'm shooting a film project, I shoot that in neutral. I feel as though neutral gives me the best looking image for the color grade. When I'm shooting my YouTube videos, I'll shoot that in standard. But they have all kinds of options. Teal orange, sunset red, forest green. I mean, just a bunch of crazy but cool colors. I'm not gonna call them crazy. You saw off. I used to shoot my film projects in off. My initial thought was that's the best option, but since then I've changed to neutral. So I'm not gonna lie, the file sizes are big, especially when you're shooting 4K Cinema DNG RAW. These are not Blackmagic files or some of the smaller options out there. These are full Cinema DNG files. So you might want to invest in some storage space, especially when you're shooting documentary work or multicam documentary work. The good news is that there are programs out there or software out there that will help you reduce the file sizes without compromising the quality, such as SlimRaw. I've never used SlimRaw, but there are plenty of people out there who have used it that make videos on YouTube just like me, so maybe you should check them out. It's just nice to have a full frame camera. In a world where everything, or at least it seems like everything, was 35mm crop sensor, it's nice to have a full frame camera. And really the main reason that I like using full frame is because it allows me to get that wide angle look that, you know, sometimes I'm really going for. Not to say that you can't get that wide angle look on a crop sensor, but you have to get a little more creative. At this point, I've been using Canon FD lenses with this camera and I love them. I have the 24, the 35, and the 50. This one isn't an FD lens. This actually came with the camera. Not gonna hate on it, I like it, but yeah. I don't really use it that much. I love the look that these vintage lenses give me, but there are all sorts of lenses that you can use, like the beautiful line of Sigma lenses, the art lenses, the contemporary lenses. And the good thing about these lenses is that they talk to the camera, so your autofocus comes back. Like, that's one of the good things about this lens. It tells me what my f-stop is, all that good stuff. The vintage lenses, not so much. Those are my thoughts after using this camera for 1 year, and to be honest with you, I couldn't be happier, which is a surprise because when I initially bought this camera, I wanted to take it back. Let's look forward to more good usage with this camera and making some great and hopefully amazing projects, and when I do, I will share them right here with you. So be blessed, stay inspired, and always shoot for the difference.